Okay, on to the next one. Fall, my favorite. Okay, we're going to paint some pumpkins. So this one, brush got a little dry. Let's see. These paints do dry quickly. Okay, let's do, I have some pumpkin orange from Hobby Lobby. And it's kind of nice on this because this is when I do like seeing the lines through it. I shouldn't have to paint them black or a different color. And I love this color, pumpkin orange. It's just perfect. Perfect for the pumpkins. Okay. So you can, of course, again, make these any color you want. I like blue pumpkins. And yellow pumpkins. We'll do some yellow and orange, I think, on this one. Since I started with orange. And so the wood does soak up quite a bit of paint, but I tell you, it does not take much at all, much paint at all to do these. And I'm using the real inexpensive craft paints. You can get it at Michael's, Hobby Lobby, Walmart, anything. Apple Barrel. Gosh, who else do I have? Full Cart. There's several different brands out there. Just cheapo craft paints. Well, I say cheapo because it's not as expensive as the expensive acrylic. And a lot of these you can get on sale for 29 cents a tube. Let's see. Let's make the big one orange here. And oops, I painted my coffee cup. I'm used to that. As long as I don't drink out of it. I had to switch from using a cup to using a regular little container to rinse my paints in because I kept drinking my paint water, and that was kind of disgusting. Does not taste like coffee. Let's do this. I think the leaves, because it's fall, I know a lot of people paint them green, but I think I'm gonna paint them like a maroon color, a darker color, since it's fall. Of course, here, fall is green to brown. Overnight, just about. We don't have much in the way of fall colors, so I like the fall colors. And let's see, don't want to mess this up. Let's see, this is part of this one. And sometimes I can get the lines confused, which is fine. Again, you can always paint over it. I know I say that a lot, but I don't want anyone to stress over painting because it's just not permanent. Okay, it's permanent if you get it on your clothes usually, but as far as painting anything, you can always paint over it and make it what you want. And if you decide to do that, if you paint it white or gray on top, just make sure it dries completely or your next coat will have white and gray blended in. Okay, so there's an orange one. We'll do a yellow. Let's make that one yellow. Yeah, I still have a little orange in my brush, but that's all right because it'll just make it look cooler. Kind of a yellow-orange pumpkin. Put it on the top over here because I know I'm going to run out of orange here on this brush. Kind of make it look similar across the top. Okay. And I'm just using a little bitty brush. I mean, you can use a bigger brush for these big pumpkins and get them done in, 2 little strokes, but I just kind of like the brush I was already using. And go down here. think. Let's see, I'll make maybe just this one yellow. I'm not sure. Let's see. Didn't even count how many I had to see what colors. If I need some light orange. Okay, so I've orange, yellow, and then I've got light orange. I can make it light orange. So let's make this one yellow here. That looks like the leaf. That looks like part of the pumpkin, I think. Sometimes it's hard to tell. Okay. And that's pumpkin. Sometimes if it's a little small part that you just can't figure out, just paint it whatever color you think it should be painted. Sometimes it's just so small it'll blend right into the what you're decorating or what you're painting. Okay, we got a yellow one. Let's do, I'm gonna take the pumpkin orange and mix it with some white, and let's see what that looks like as far as a lighter orange goes. Let's see, what's that look like? Oh, that's okay. Kind of a different color. And a little white in there, which is fine too. I might go through these with some of the darker orange for the lines, just to make it look more orange, I guess. And let's do this one. And again, I like the blue ones. This would be really pretty with like dark blue and light blue and orange pumpkins as well. I decided to do a little more traditional on this one for now. Well, it's not really traditional, I guess, but yellow pumpkins, but you know, more traditional fall colors. Got that. Yeah, these don't take long at all. And if you sit down and paint them all at once, or if you want to just paint it as you get towards the holidays, that's fun too. And ooh, what am I gonna paint that one? Let's make him dark orange. Why not? I know he's touching the other one, but that's all right. It's okay. Do it there. Yeah, I just love the fall colors. I love fall. Let's see, and this brush was a little more wet, so it'll be actually a little bit lighter pumpkin color. Might change darker as it dries, but we'll see. And then, voila, got all the pumpkins done. Okay, now we're gonna take brown, and I'm gonna make these stems brown. This is like a coffee brown, it's a lighter brown. One of the browns will be used on the dog. I'm using both browns that I used on the dog. And we'll paint all the little stems. And let's see, okay, and this one, so we're using the lighter brown from the dog, or I am, and then I'll use the darker brown for the tip of the stem. So it kind of stands out a little bit more. And it doesn't have to be perfect because it is a pumpkin. And no pumpkin is exactly perfect, right? Go like that. I'll get these done real quick. Ta-da. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and grab the darker brown, and we'll put it in on the end of it. And I'll probably highlight it a little bit with maybe some white, or go around it in black. I haven't decided yet, because the browns are kind of close in color when it's just a small area. And let's see. Let's do, let's paint the leaves maroon. Let's see what happens. Just to give it a more fall appeal, I think, than green. And it is a fall leaf. At least to me, it's a fall leaf. And this does kind of hide the lines of the leaf, but I might have to go back over that, maybe in black, I'm just not sure. Let's see what happens as it dries. And we'll do this one. Yeah, see, it kind of goes over the lines. The darker the color will cover lines better, of course, but okay, that actually looks like a leaf, so we'll take a look and see. You can go back over it and do the lines in black or orange, brown, white, whatever color you want to use. You can make them pink and gold, any color, whatever colors you have on hand. Okay, and let's do this one over here. And if you look at the 4th of July one I did, I made just extra lines and different things. I think I did a speed video on that one just because it's all red, white, and blue. And I figured everybody pretty much knows what that can look like, or you can make it any color you want, of course. And one last leaf. Again, this is just a little detail brush, and I'm just using the very tip for the smaller edges, or the smaller areas. And, excuse me. And here, whoever designed these did a really good job. And it's funny because I know that at first I thought, well, that's kind of ripping off the small businesses, but I know some of my artist friends that have art in Hobby Lobby, and I wonder if these little wood pieces come from small businesses as well. I wouldn't be surprised. So let's maybe use the liner brush and maybe some of the darker orange. Let's see what it's gonna look like if I make lines in orange. Let's try that. It's kind of expanding a little bit because it's wet, getting into the yellow, which is actually looks kind of cool to me. See how it went into the yellow? That's kind of cool. I like that. And then let's use the dark orange for the orange ones. See if it does the same thing. My brush is wet because I rinsed it. It might do the same thing. Maybe not. Okay. There's some there. Okay. And then we'll do dark orange down here. And And I guess I don't know what to do on the dark orange pumpkins. Oh, we have one more yellow one. And do it like that. On the orange, let's use brown. Let's try the brown. Let's see what happens. And I'm using the darker brown that we used on the dog from summer. That looks okay. Trying to get that so it's a long one, and I don't want it to flick the paint. And bring that down to the leaf. And go this way. And that's a little thick, so I'm going to do this one a little thick. This one. And again, this is your own. It doesn't have to be perfect. Mine are never perfect. Believe me. Okay. I'm just going to take that dark brown, cover up some of that white that's there, just to make it more complete. And, let's see. What happens if I do a little white? Just a little white on the leaves for kind of a little highlight. Get rid of some of the bright white just to kind of blend it in a little bit, lighten it up just a little bit. It was just a little dark for me. And I just put some white on and kind of blended it into that maroon a little bit. That's got a little too much. So we're just going to blend in a little maroon. Yeah. Okay. And cover that. And maybe make that a little lighter here. Give it a little more color. Blend it in. Yeah. What do you think? Oh, one more spot. I don't like how that stands out too much. Okay. So what do you think? That doesn't look too bad. I like it. Okay, and the last one is going to be Christmas. Yay!